she's here. Princess Brielle is here. Say hi, Mama. Say hi. She's sleeping, so I'm gonna be kind of quiet. But yes, so March 21st, I had a C-section done. I woke up. I was taken to the hospital, and I got there around 11:45 ish, and I was laying in the hospital bed. They put my IV in. They were telling me, asking me all these questions and stuff that I had to answer. And then they were like, okay, are you ready? And I was like, yes, I'm ready. And so then they were like, okay, so a whole bunch of nurses, and I think maybe a doctor, maybe two doctors, walked me down this long hallway, and we walked to what kind of room? I don't know how to describe it. A surgical room, operating room, I guess you would call it. And it looks scary. Like it really, really it looks scary. Not gonna lie. So I at first, but actually this day in particular, since it was the day she was born, I was just ready to get everything over with just so I could see my daughter. So my nerves were kind of not as nervous as I normally would be. Um, so yes, yes, Mama. Yes. Okay. 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 Yes. Uh oh. I think she might be going to the I don't know. Okay. So it was the operating room, and went in there. They told me to lay on the table. I laid on this skinny table, and then they were like, okay, sit up. They were like, we have to put a shot in your back to numb it in order to put the it wasn't an epidural, it was another shot to replace the epidural. So he gave me the numbing shot, and at the whole time while he's doing the shots, I'm singing my ABCs just to distract me because I hate needles, I hate needles, I hate needles. So I was singing my ABCs while he was doing these shots, and all of a sudden, right after he does the shot, the nurses just lay me down, and then fortunately they do have to put a catheter in. It wasn't fun, but it wasn't as bad as I expected because I was numb from um, like my stomach down. So they laid me down, and they put oxygen on me, and they put the sheet up, and then my mom comes in. She's sitting down with me, and me and her are just talking like normally. And that was so crazy to me how we're talking normally while they're cutting me open, and I don't feel a thing. So if you know me, you know my pain tolerance. I cannot handle pain at all. So that was a relief. So me and my mom were just talking about like movies and stuff. And so then the only thing that I feel is like tugging, but I don't feel any pain. So all of a sudden I see a mirror above me, and I see like my daughter bent over, and they were pulling her out of me, and I was like, oh my god, my daughter. Oh my god, so they pulled her out of me, and all I saw was this cute little baby come out of me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And so then they took her over to the other table, and they weighed her, and they cleaned her off and stuff, and then they handed her to my mom. And I was just crying my little eyes out because I was so happy that my daughter was here. And so after they cleaned her off and everything, then we got taken, me and my daughter and my mom got taken to the next room, so we can do skin to skin. Me and my daughter did skin to skin, and then that also was a chance for us to practice breastfeeding. Well, she was at first having a hard time latching because she was very congested. That's the right word. Yeah, she had a lot of stuff in her nose, so it was kind of hard for her to breathe. So it was hard for her to breastfeed at that moment. Yeah, yeah. It was hard for her to breastfeed at that moment. So she just kind of laid there on my boobs, and that was okay too because I was still skin to skin. So after that, after being in that room for like 2 hours maybe, the doctors just kept asking me, can you move your legs? And I couldn't move my legs because they were still numb. But I could slowly start to wiggle my feet after I could, kind of have some feeling in my feet. Then they took me to my hospital room, which is on I think the sixth floor, I believe, the third or the sixth floor. And it was this nice hospital room, and we laid there. She got her first bath. My cousin came. My mom spent the night actually that night. Um, it was a very, very pleasant experience. I actually stayed in the hospital for 5 days. It was supposed to be four, but I wanted to do five just because it was just comforting being there, and I felt like I needed one more day to kind of recuperate. Um, the first two nights, it was a little bit hard. Um, on my she was easy. She was easy. I'm saying like for my recovery, the pain was unbearable. But I was so much on medication. I was on Norco and Motrin, so that really helped a lot. Um, what was hard? Just my incision down in my stomach. That was kind of painful. I had a lot of gas, but the weird thing is you feel the gas like in your shoulders. So that was weird. It was like this weird I can't even describe the pain. It was sharp pain in my shoulders. So that wasn't fun. But once I got past that, it was a breeze, um I was pumping. My milk came in the third day. I had a lot of lactation specialists help me to be able to latch her and be able to help me to be able to pump. So that was helpful. What else, Mama? Yep, we just stayed there for 5 days, and it was just a great experience. That actually giving birth to my daughter was the easiest process I've ever done. I didn't feel a thing. Just the recovery afterward. That was a little it was bad, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like overwhelming. It really wasn't. So then I came home. The sixth day, I believe. So I stayed there 5 days. The next day I came home, and we've just been here ever since. And it's just been it's been a very rewarding journey. Being a mom is the hardest job in the world, but it's also the most rewarding job. I'm very grateful for my beautiful daughter, and I'm just happy that she's here. And I just want to dedicate this channel to my daughter and to other young moms that may be going through a lot, or may, not have the big sister or the big mom to tell them that it's going to be okay. I can be that big sister or that friend that you may need in order to get through pregnancy, because it's not easy. It is not easy. So, if you guys want to, watch more videos, then stay tuned. I really plan to make more videos and upload a lot more on this channel. So I just wanted to come on here and just tell, my C-section story and kind of introduce my daughter. Say hi. I'll show you her again. She's sleeping. Say hi, Mama. Hi, girl. Okay. So I'm just gonna I might make a couple more videos after this, and so yeah. All right, bye guys.